Another sequence of nonsense. So today on nonsense, I just finished a conversation with a friend of mine who asked me, what do I need to do to start getting myself ready to buy a home? And I was like, dude, first of all, you're in no position to buy a house right now. Plain and simple. I mean, sometimes it's not the thing you want to hear, but it's the truth, right? Step number one, you need to get yourself disciplined. You need to have money put away, not just in the sense that you have to have cash to put a down payment, but in the sense that you have that habit of putting money away for yourself, for something in the future, to have a delayed gratification so that you're building a future for yourself financially, with the first thing being a nest egg. Dave Ramsey talks about baby steps, right? Building that emergency fund, and then building towards something like buying a house or buying a car and those sorts of things. So if you have a habit of putting this money away, then when you're in a position to qualify for buying a place, and then when you're in a position to actually get a mortgage, you already have the habit of making that payment, right? So sometimes, am I ready to buy a house isn't quite the thing you're looking for. The answer I'll give you is you're not in a position. No. Step one, build yourself a nest egg. So one of the things I like to do is anytime I get a check, I go to my Navy Fed account and I cash it there, and I drop 25% into that account, and then I go off and put the rest into my Wells Fargo or Chase or whatever other account that I end up having, where I'm going to put that money in. But a minimum of 25% of everything I make goes into that account. Now, some of it's going to go into my savings, some of it's going to go into my paying taxes later at the end of the year. If some of you are in a position that happens, that's the way it works, right? But the money is there, it's put away on top of my normal savings that I do, on top of, well, in lieu of that particular avenue of savings, right? So in other words, I still put away 10% of my income. I still put away money towards the kids' real estate investment trusts. I still put away money for buying some other asset later on. There's still other things that I'm putting money away for, but one strategy is at least 25% of every check that I collect goes into that account. So what habit are you going to create to put yourself in a position where you can make a financial choice? All right, you ever hear the saying that if you have money, people will listen to you? And it's absolutely true. If you have money, then a financial advisor will sit down and talk to you. An investment advisor will sit down and talk to you. A real estate investor will sit down and talk to you because you have cash, but that takes personal discipline. If you don't have cash, if you're just a hypothetical, well, maybe someday I might think about doing it, no one's gonna sit down and talk to you because they're gonna be blowing smoke up their butt, right? Nobody cares. If you don't have the self-discipline to put money away for yourself, no one's gonna talk to you about hypothetical things at all, right? So number one, put money away so that you can have money work for you. Once you have a small nest egg, I don't care if it's $1,000. If you put away $1,000 for yourself and you're like, hey, this is something I'm gonna invest, then my conversation with you is gonna be at the $1,000 level, right? I'm not gonna talk to you about investing in some huge asset if you only have $1,000, but maybe we'll talk about turning that 1,000 into 1,500 or turning that 1,000 into 2,000. That's the conversation that we can have at that point. But get yourself there. Get yourself there. Build the habit. And once you have that habit in place, once you have that cash on hand, then we can talk about where you want to go from there. But step number one lies with the guy in the mirror, right? If you're not looking in the mirror and saying, what am I doing to better my life? How am I going to get there? Ain't no way I'm going to be able to help you. All of that is just hypothetical at that point. Anyways, ran over. I'm at the post office. That's enough for today's nonsense. Hashtags nonsense, N-A-N-S, and then sense, C-E-N-T-S, nonsense. Or find me at hernancias.com, see us first, or Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. Talk to you later. Bye.